I'm just a lazy video gamer, even too lazy to make a new intro. Hello out there in Whittleland, it's me again, the lazy video gamer, and welcome to another great Mega CD super episode. So sit back, relax and enjoy. So I start with Wonder Dog from JVC. Not only a mascot game for the Wonder Maker, who was released in Japan, or the JVC XI in America. Also a great platformer from the later great company Core Design. Bone shaking hard, but very cool and pretty drawn. Spider-Man vs. the Kingpin is an enhanced version of the Mega Drive game. When I'm talking about enhanced, a little bit the better sound is here, and of course some cartoon cutscenes between the levels. When it comes to the game, decent. Well, Konami presented us the arcade games Lethal and Forces. Yeah, has some questionable fame, but also it was also released on the Super Nintendo. But it's, once again, it's a decent shooter game for Mega CD owners. Well, Robo Aleste is an awesome shooter game. The presentation, the sound, the effects, it's everything here what a shooter fan expecting. Now, this game, almost every Mega CD owner has it. Thunderhawk from Core Design. It is also a great presented game. Cool 3D effects, great audio, fantastic gameplay. If you have a Mega CD and you don't have this game, you definitively miss something. As a wrestling fan of the 90s, I was hyped for WWF Rage in the Cage. Full motion video cutscenes, CD possibilities, a big roster, 20 wrestlers are in it, and then this game comes. It is practically like the game Royal Rumble, except for the Royal Rumble. You have one fall, brawl, tournament and the cage matches. No tag teams. And that's the saddest point, because there are so many tag teams in it, like Money Incorporated, the Head Shrinkers, the Nasty Boys even are in it. And you can't play the tag team mode. It's still a disappointing today for me, or a not understandable decision they made it. Was it just laziness, or yeah, nobody knows. When it comes to the presentation with the audios, it was cool. but yeah, I have more fun with WWF Royal Rumble. Once again, co-design brings us a cool game, and it's a sequel. Chuck Rock 2, The Son of Chuck, is opened with a great cartoony intro, followed with nice drawn graphics and a cool crystal clear CD soundtrack. Of course, Sonic can't miss a Sega platform. So Sonic CD was born. In my opinion, it's my most beloved Sonic game from back in the day. Why? It's easy, I finished it on the reason of the possibility to save to the RAM of the Mega CD. It comes with this cool animated intro with a great intro song. So yeah, when it comes to the game itself, it is Sonic Part 1 with different levels, more colors, and yeah, also in the levels a great CD soundtrack. And here is where it starts to get funny, cause we're in Europe and in Japan we had a different soundtrack than the Americans. The US soundtrack is very different. It is more in the rock music theme placed, so it feels a little bit different when you're playing it. Nowadays you can play this game on modern platforms with both soundtracks for the most time. But back to the game. What makes this game very special is the time travel mechanic. So you had not only one game or one level to explore, you had 3 different levels each to explore and try to pass through to make a good future. Also amazing were back in the day the bonus levels. There are people who say those are not that great, but I loved it and I stay to my word. I had with this game the most fun of the series. Well, the modern adaptation of Frank Herbert's Dune in the cinema wasn't that big phenomenon like back in the day. The book was counted as not possible to make a movie out of it, but David Lynch, who already passed away sadly, tried it and made a masterpiece. And on this movie adaptation the game is based. So Paul Atreides looks like Cal MacLachlan and maybe some other characters as well, but also many characters don't look like their counterpart from the movie. They were more inspired by the book. When it comes to the game, it is an experience and you should get yourself a walkthrough if you don't want to get lost and if you don't want to play for hours and hours and hours and then going to see a game over. but you should play this game. Well, to say it very quick, sadly I can't air the music. It's still very strong, copyright protected, from the Immortals, the Mortal Kombat song. But back in the day, that game was a phenomenon, not only in the arcade, and it was also one of those games the console was on the schoolyards. Depends on this game which console had the better version. In my opinion, even with the loading times, the Mega CD has it. Now, once again, Core presented another fantastic three-dimensional game, Battle Corps, a robo-mech shooter game. If you take the Mega CD in your eye, you should take also this game on your bucket list. Great scaling effects, cool sound, and hours of gaming fun are guaranteed. Well, what is easy to jump into the game is of course something like a run and gun, and that is what the Terminator was. It came with a great sound and is nowadays in higher prices, on the reason of the askings for this game. Bone shaking hard, but it comes with a great sound and good playability, so I had my fun with it. Jurassic Park for the Mega CD is, when it comes to the story, a spin-off. The first movie. It has a own story, but the setting is in fact on this dinosaur island we know from the movie. Comes with, it is practically in some parts a detective game, in some parts you have to shoot and have to find your way through the island. It comes with cool full motion videos with dino infos, but also with rendered computer graphics. And a dinosaur here and there. But if I be honest, you should be glad if you don't get catched by those. Well, LucasArts of course presented us Star Wars Rebel Assault. Yeah, it is an interesting game. It's mostly a shooter, but it did a decent job. And when you think about the capabilities of the Mega CD, it makes a very good job. Another Star Wars games is the software tool works. Battle chess in the Star Wars topic. Well, it's chess and you can play it as simple chess or as the animated version with fighting sequences between the moves. The Animals is an audio-visual lexica of the San Diego Zoo. It's a very interesting concept. Nowadays, maybe not that prickling and fascinating like back in the day. Well, football can't be missed out from Electronic Arts. But here they presented us Bill Watch College Football. Why, I'm not quite sure. Maybe they didn't get the license for Madden, or they don't want to harm the Madden franchise with a not so well selling Mega CD adaptation of the sport, on the reason of the low selling numbers back in the day, or at the day, from the Mega CD. EA has not only football in their pocket, they also made a hockey game for the Mega CD, and in this time it was the big one. The NHL 94 was the actual game, and it also came with little enhancements to the Mega CD. For us Europeans, of course, soccer, or as we call it, Fußball, or football. Decent, and if I be honest, I like it more than the 32X version. But yeah, it is not the only soccer game on the Mega CD, so you could select what you want to play. Maybe a match of Sensible Soccer. Sensible Soccer came with cool intros, but in the graphic style, of course, it wasn't isometric like the FIFA games. It was a top-down soccer game, as we had for so many years and traditions. So many people felt more familiar with Sensible Soccer than the Electronic Arts games. Not too bad, but yeah, once again, it's not the only soccer game on the system. There was also from US Gold, and you know that stands for quality, an adaptation of the World Cup 94 tournament, with some nice little bonuses like a trivia quiz or 2 music songs by the German rock band The Scorpions. When it comes to the game, once again, decent, a top-down soccer game. I had my fun back in the day with it. But yeah, not the only soccer game on the system, so it is something for everyone on the platform. Well, when it comes to parallax scrolling effects, the Shadow of the Beast, or Beast 2, is great. But when it comes to the gameplay, you have to love it back in the day. It isn't that fast, it isn't easy, but it comes also with great music effects. And if you like the slower platformers, it's maybe something for you as well. Well, Wolfchild wasn't only released on the Mega CD, it was also released on the Super Nintendo. And yeah, it isn't, let me say, the type of game who showed the power of this 500 bucks add-on to the Mega Drive. Yeah, but it is not that bad. It's a decent game, in my opinion. Well, many people talked about it and I keep it short. Night Trap back in the day doesn't interest me, and nowadays only possible to play it through if you have a walkthrough. And it's sad, it's famous for, if you want to play it through, you're gonna miss all the cool storylines. Back in the day, a big controversy for all those people who don't understand the concept of the game, or the game at all, the story of the game. Yeah. But it has his place in video game history. So, the first of those two last games that I show you today, I talked about it, and yeah, I don't wanna spare it. First, the second game of the Make My Video series from Digital Pictures, with the Australian band Inexus. The same concept like in CNC Power Factory. You have 3 music videos and you can rearrange those on in your style, or try to fulfill what the jury wants. And that's the same with Crisscross. Back in the day there were some little hyped baby rappers. Nowadays maybe they are old like me, but back in the day, yeah, okay. I don't want to be rude. The game isn't that great as well. So, and that was it for this week's episode of today's videogamer show. I hope you enjoyed it. Well, yeah, we'll finish the first year of the Mega CD PAL library in this episode, and yeah, when I think back, it's a little bit funny that the Mega CD has that bad reputation, because there were actually some pretty cool games besides the full motion video games who are not so great, but yeah, those will of course follow. Till the next time, have a great rest of Sunday, a fantastic week, and don't forget, you're all welcome to the next level.